Last year was my best year as far as trading, and last year of 2023, I actually had made a total of about 300K in just trading along, and I feel really blessed about that. And the cool thing about trading is that I remember I started this, I always say 4 years ago because time goes by so fast, but I literally started this now 6 years ago, where I was working a regular job, right? And probably I'll pop it up so y'all see, but I was working a leasing job. And within this, I actually got fired from my job. And then that's kind of what kickstarted my whole trading career, just to be full-time entrepreneur. And it's been the best since. Not only that I also make money in the trading side, but now I also can expand my businesses, like this space right here. This is actually a warehouse that I invested into, and I've easily put in well over 100 G's into this, just as far as my own savings and my own personal funds. And all that really came from the Forex side. But the fact that you can really turn your life around in 6 months to a year is crazy, especially from where I came from. So my story is this, man. Like, I started, like, literally, man, I started from when I was leasing, right? I was leasing agent. I was basically a leasing consultant, where I had to take in basically residents complaints, file their complaints, do admin work. It was very, very boring, right? And not only that, it's just what I knew at the time. It's just what I knew. I was able to make commissions, and that's why I really wanted to do it, because I feel like when it comes down to me working a job, I can't just stay with a fixed hourly rate unless I can make commissions. And I pushed myself into that type of area, right? Me personally, I'm an extrovert when I want to be one, but I'm also an introvert mainly. And I know sales was going to be the only way to really expand my knowledge and expand me to be more outgoing and do videos like this, not even be camera shy and actually talk on camera. But that's the reason why I got into sales, purposely for that reason. One thing about me, and I always say to everybody, is whatever your situation is and you want to overcome, you really got to face that and try to really be good at that. And the only way to be good at that is just to keep facing it and facing it and facing it. And that was one thing that I really wanted to master. Also, for me, I had a problem when I was younger with my speech, right? With the way I talk and how I speak. And it was a thing. So that's why I got into sales, is because it basically opened me up more to with my speeching, right? As far as just how I speech. And I know I'm saying it probably wrong, but that was a thing. When I was younger, I had speeching problems. Like, I couldn't really say my words properly. It was almost like a stuttering thing and stuff like that. But sales really opened that up for me. So that's the reason why I got into sales, and I really wanted to expand that in sales. So basically, going back to the story is, so when I got into the leasing, I started doing leasing. This is kind of when COVID really went crazy. And this really started like 2019. I say 2018 going into 2019. So my cousin called me. He was like, "Yo, man, you should come to Miami and just kick it." And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm working right now. Now, at this time, I was still trading. I was doing pretty okay, but nothing crazy. I probably had the biggest month, I would probably say, was like actually me taking money. I was probably like $3 grand or something like that, right? And I'm just like, nah, man, I gotta go to work, this and that. So something hit me while I had hung up the phone, like basically slapped on it. I was like, you know what? Let me call him back. I had hit him back, like, you know what? I'm gonna come, because I was put in a situation where I'm like, you know what? If I can focus more on trading, then I know I can be more profitable, because I was already profitable, but it was me working so much where I couldn't focus all the time. And that also made me lose a lot of money too. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. So I had hit him back, you know what? Let's go to Miami. So what I ended up doing was going to Miami, basically. And then I told my boss, like, yo, I'm going to take these days off and so forth. And I did. Right. So when I was in Miami, I was like, damn, this is life without having to rely on going to work. Right. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I call up my homie. I told him, hey, man, can you give me I don't even want to say this, but can you give me a fake COVID-19, blah, 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 so I can give it to my boss and say I got COVID. So basically, he was like, I got you. Right. So end up doing that and then giving it to my boss. And then basically, I told my boss, like, damn, I got COVID, so now I can't come in. And I think at the time it was like additional week or something like that. So I was like, cool. So within this week, this is when I was prepping myself to really get good at this trading stuff and so forth. So basically that happened. And then after that, within that week, that's when I had basically just called and said, you know what? I don't want to come back to work. I quit. And then I remember literally like 2-3 days later, she texted me and said, hey, where this is your intention to just do this whole process overall? I basically said, no, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. In reality, yeah, it was. Apologize. I doubt you probably seeing this, but yeah, that's really what it was. But basically, I just went full on, right? So at this time, this is when I had decided to just go full on in trading. And that's when I started really seeing profits, right? I started really seeing profits, nothing crazy, but it was enough for me to be like, damn, I can actually do this full time. And that same year, that's when I became a full-time entrepreneur. So I've been trading for 6 years, but being a full-time entrepreneur, I would say that's been 4 years for me. So this is my fifth year, and damn near about to be being a full-time entrepreneur. And the crazy part about me being a full-time entrepreneur, full-time trader, is I make way more than what I was making before. Like, I remember my boss said she, you know, being she was a property manager. She was like, yeah, I'm making $80K a year. I'm just like, yo, I'm tripling that. And that's a blessing, right? That just goes to show if you put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort, you can get to where you need to get to, right? If your goal is to get your dream car, get it. You can get it. It's manifestation, right? I have this focus board in my room where I say focus in 2024. I look at that every single day, so I know I'm only gonna focus on this. I don't call it a vision board. I call it a focus board because I know how I think and I know how I am. I can sometimes lose train of thought and I can go somewhere else, or I can be like, damn, this is a good idea. I want to do this idea too. But nah, if I just stay laser focused, literally a tunnel vision, and lock into those things that I put in, it's going to be possible. And that's what I'm doing this year, 2024. So I got a focus board of different things, businesses I'm trying to expand, and everything that I'm trying to expand to. And I'm locking in. I'm trying to tell you guys, if you really focus on just tunnel visioning what it is that you really want out of trading, out of just entrepreneurship, it's possible. It's really possible. And if I can do it, so can you. It's that simple. Literally, if I can do it, you can do it. You just got to be determined and dedicated. And really, to come down to, a lot of people ask me, what was that strategy, or how did you start making money? How did you start becoming profitable? And it's not a strategy. It's really the discipline, and it's the mental part. And thanks to FTMO, when they first came out, and I think that was around that time, 2000, I can't remember, but that's when I started locking in risk management. That's when I started locking in psychology. That's when I started locking in, and what you see is what you get. So if you see the markets going up, that's what you should do. If you see the markets going down, that's what you should do. Don't believe in trading against it because you believe it's going to go this way. But if you see it, then trade it. And then also you got to take into consideration, if your intention is to make $500 and you got $500, don't go over $500. If your intention is to lose $200 and you losing $300, that's a problem. So I had to take that into consideration. And the moment I took that into consideration, that's when things start to change for me. That's when I start to realize that I'm more profitable. That's when I start to see consistency. That's when I start to see more profits. And it was also thanks to my live stream, I really got to fully understand consistency and the power of speaking and doing what you preach. Really, really teaching what you preach, because I was always saying risk is everything. You can have the shittiest strategy. You can have the basic strategy. You can have a strategy that just requires 2 moving averages, 1 moving average, an RSI. And when it breaks out, boom, it's a tunnel vision. You need to be tunnel vision like these bots that we all create and use. You have to be tunnel vision. That's the only way you can master the art of success. Focus and focus and focus on what you really want. And that's all you need to be successful. So that being said, man, if y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe and make sure you drop a like and comment down below. I really appreciate y'all, man, so much, doing more of these videos. And other than that, man, if y'all are ever in Chicago area, y'all can always come and check out my studio, Black Experience Studios. That is the name of our studio. We're doing actually really good, and I'm grateful for this really content space that I created. It's really just for fun. I didn't really consider this as a full business model, but We're doing pretty good. Got a couple employees now we hired. So I really like that. And like I said, a lot of that came financially from this trading stuff. So it's good to know like you can really expand your future with just sitting on the computer for 2 hours and just hitting the button, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. So I really appreciate y'all. Your boy Solo. I'm out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.